Hi, I am Coach Sherri, and I am your career and business coach. I coach individuals one-on-one on crafting the perfect career story that will give them positive results as they journey on their career path. I work with small to mid-sized businesses as well as nonprofit organizations on their business processes and attraction marketing. This video is going to be about your word or phrase for 2021. I am taking you with me as we sit here in this very scenic location, just a block over from my house in my neighborhood. I thought I'd just have some time out in nature, enjoy this beautiful 60-degree day in the Carolinas, and talk with you about what's coming up for you and me in 2021. Hello everyone, I am enjoying this day in the Carolinas. It is a beautiful 60-degree sunny day here the last week of December, and I decided to walk over to the sanctuary spot in my neighborhood that is never crowded and it's always so peaceful, and you definitely have an opportunity to feel at one with nature. We are on a golf course, and so down below you may think it is a lake of some sort. That's actually part of the golf course, and it is actually, I think, a detention pond from the development of this neighborhood. But detention ponds, if they are situated right, they will look like a beautiful, beautiful lake. And so that's what my view is today, and I just wanted to share this with you. I hope that you're able to get outdoors. I know all across the country the weather is different, but I wanted to give you a piece of North Carolina and what I am seeing. So this video, as I had mentioned earlier, is going to be about your word or phrase for the year. For the past 3 years, I have selected a word or phrase that I would have follow me throughout that year. This time, this last week of the year, it is really important to be very present, to be at peace, and to really focus on what you are feeling, what you desire, what your goals are, what your vision is for the next year. You know, even if you are working, you have that downtime because it's not a lot going on. It's not a big hustle and bustle. You don't have a lot going on where you have to concern yourself about, you know, this meeting, that deadline. So it gives you an opportunity to really, really structure what you hope your year will be. Now, I want to say structure, but I use that word very loosely. If you can hear that noise, I believe those are squirrels. I'm going to believe that. I can't see them, but that's what I'm going to believe. Yeah, I think they are squirrels. But I use the word structure very, very loosely. And I do because God has an amazing vision for us, and I do not want to get in the way of his vision for me, and I know you don't want to get in the way of his vision for you. So when you have your vision, be ready and available to pivot when necessary. You know, God will direct you. Your steps are already ordered. He will direct you to where you need to be. And so you just have to have an outline of just to give him some notion that you are taking, that you are aware of where you are and who you are, just to kind of give him something, something more to work with. But I wanted to share with you what my previous words and or phrases were, and what my word is going to be for 2021. So in 2018, my word was abundance. And it was around this time in 2017 when I was thinking, what did I want 2018 to be? I had just started with developing an apprenticeship program. It hadn't been completed. I had a lot of pauses in it because it's really challenging when you are changing a culture to get the buy-in of all the key players. So I had some bumps and bruises and some challenges, but I felt like I was on the right track. And so my word was abundance. I wanted 2018 to be abundant. I wanted it to be filled with opportunities, with resources, with experiences. So abundance doesn't always have to mean monetarily. It could mean just in things that you see, do, hear, experience, exposed to. And that's what I wanted 2018 to be. And it was that and so much more. In 2018, my apprenticeship program got launched and I had a successful year with my apprentices. And so many other things happened. I met amazing, dynamic people. I was able to be on committees that I would have never even considered, never even heard of, that, really have also helped propel my career. And it was just an abundance of things, and I was there for it. I was there to receive it. I was there to accept it. I was there to take on that mission, that assignment, and do it because I was expectant. I was expecting abundance, and that is what I received. And I was grateful and thankful at the end of the year when I reflected back on 2018 and all that it had for me. And it was just dynamic. So in 2019, this time in 2018, when I was sitting down in peace and with a clear mind, thinking of what was 2019 going to bring. Of course, you have no idea what it's going to bring, but how do you want to craft it? What is the word or the phrase that resonates with you? And so for me, this time in 2018, what resonated for me was trust the process. Trust the process. We are always doing something. We are always trying new things. We are always exposed to new things. We are always assigned new things. And we have to trust the process, that we have what it takes to do what is brought forth to us, and not to only do it, but do it well and complete it. And I had to learn years ago to just trust the process. It's not always for you to understand exactly why. It's just about you doing it and trusting that it is all going to work out. In 2019, I started my first pipeline internship program. And as you may know or may not know, in the workforce development world, an internship does not guarantee you a job. But I would always tell my interns, if you do your job well, if you learn all that you can, if you work hard, I will not leave you at the corner. I will not drop you off at the end with nothing but the skills and the experiences. I will work just as hard for you to help you become gainfully employed. And for my interns, they weren't high school students. They were grown people. And they had families in some cases. And so trusting the process was not something that they were used to. They were used to being reactive. They were used to things not working out. They were used to short promises. They were used to things not happening the way that they thought it would. And I really wanted to change their mind on that. I needed them to trust the process. And that is something I said over and over again throughout my initial training with them regarding soft skills, financial literacy, health and wellness. I would tell them, trust the process. Throughout their program, their 6 months of on-the-job training, I would tell them, trust the process. And they did. And I know amongst themselves or just by themselves, they would have their doubts and, the things that they would say to themselves. But to me, they always tried to sound positive. Towards the end, when I had just a few that did not have a full-time position, they would contact me and would be like, okay, Miss Sherri, I'm trying to trust the process, but I'm getting a little nervous. And I get it. They still had bills regardless. They still had responsibilities regardless. And so I would just tell them, please just trust the process. And at the 19th hour, it was all done. It was all good. They all became gainfully employed. And so trusting the process was an amazing phrase for 2019. So now we're at this time, 2019, and I'm thinking, what will be my word for 2020? 2020, I was so excited for 2020. I already knew, just because of the way things were being set up, that there were so many great things professionally that were going to be happening for me in 2020. I already knew that there were going to be great things happening for me personally in 2020. My daughter was graduating high school in 2020. She was becoming a freshman at Spelman College in 2020. My son was graduating college in 2020. My other daughter was interested in getting her real estate license, which she did in 2020. That was on a personal tip. On a professional tip, I had been selected to do workshops at national conferences in 2020, to sit on panels in 2020 at other conferences, to do webinars in 2020, to do podcasts as a guest in 2020. So many great things professionally in 2020. So this time in 2019, already knowing most of that, I was thinking, what could my word or phrase be for 2020? I thought about it, and then it came to me. Intentional serendipity. Intentional serendipity was my word for 2020. Intentional serendipity means that I intentionally learn all I can. I intentionally absorb my experiences, my skills. I intentionally put into play what I just learned and not just put it under a rug and hide it. I use it. I intentionally meet people. I intentionally network. And because of those intentions, serendipity happens. Happenstance. And I would always say, I could be at a meeting, and then after that meeting, we come up with a conclusion of something that we need. And inevitably, within 24 to 48 hours, what we needed, be it a resource, a person, an inroad, anything that we needed would come to me. And I would always say, talking to my team, I was just minding my own business when X, Y, and Z crossed my desk. I was just minding my own business when I was in a meeting and someone mentioned X, Y, and Z that we needed. I was just minding my own business when my phone rang, and when I answered, it was X, Y, and Z that we needed. It was amazing, the happenstance that occurred and occurs so much in my life, because I intentionally set myself up to be the recipient of those things. I intentionally set myself up to authentically be aligned with those things. And so I said, you know what? My word for 2020 is intentional serendipity. And that is how it has been all year, even through the pandemic, even through, working remotely 100%, even through doing things so differently, communicating with people in a different way, things being postponed or canceled. Even through all of those things, intentional serendipity happens just about every single day for me, and I love it. So now here we are, the last week of December in 2020, and I am reflecting on this past year and trying to really focus on what's to come. And of course, I don't focus that hard on what's to come because I want to stay at peace. I want to stay present. I want to absorb all the things that I have, all the things that are laid out in front of me, and really be here, be authentic with it. And so I still want to know what could be my word or my phrase, something that keeps me grounded, something that will keep me where I have more of a targeted approach to what I'm doing. And it came to me late last night and my word or words for 2021 is laser focus. Laser focus are my words for 2021. To me and for me, laser focus is seeing the target that I'm trying to hit, which are my goals. And I take my goals in baby steps. I take them in small doses. So seeing what my goals are, seeing what the target is, and being laser focused on it, being 100% present for it, understanding its value, understanding the pieces that I need, and really mapping it out so that not only will I know, but those that come behind me, if they have to, will also know. This is leaving my roadmap, my footprint. It's going to be laser focused. So that is the thought process that I take when I am considering my phrase or word or words for each year. What approach do you take? And this is different than a vision board. This has nothing to do with the vision board. Well, it could, because then you could actually have your vision board themed after your phrase or your word. But this is different for me. It's different from my vision board. These are just words that I may say to myself. These are definitely words or phrases that I will have written, so I will always see them written down so it can be the reminder for me. It's that thing that motivates me. It's that thing that keeps me accountable. It's that thing that ensures that I live up to it. And so that's what I do for myself each year. What is your word or phrase for 2021? What do you envision for yourself? Please leave it in the comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, the content of this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you think someone else needs to hear it, share it. And I appreciate that. If you are new to this channel, or you've been to this channel numerous times, but you just have not hit that subscribe button yet, I invite you right now to go and hit that subscribe button and the bell for notification, as well as share this video. And please, once again, leave a comment. All right, everyone, until we speak again, remember, practice how you play. Practice so hard that when you play, you will always play to win. This has been Real Talk with Coach Sherri.